this dystopian world of darkness in COVID, I thought I would bring a little bit of light by introducing GripAble to my daughter Miriam, who obviously isn't a fellow OT, but is in fact a student speech and language therapist. So being that she's here with me, I thought I would share this with you. So this is GripAble, and I just want to demonstrate it to you to give you an idea of what this wonderful new instrument is. So what is it? It's an instrument for assessment and treatment of the hand, and I'm just going to run through with Miriam the setting her up as a new user, and then run through some of the activities we've got and some of the assessments we've got. So Miriam, you can actually put the GripAble down to start with, and I'm going to build you as a new user. You have got your mobile phone with you?
Yep.
Lovely. If you'd like to put your number in minus the 0, brilliant. So in order to be GDPR compliant, we are sending a single SMS text to prove that the person is who they are, and so that we make sure that if you've got multiple users as a therapist on the same tablet, same GripAble, then you get no one patient can see anybody else's data. Okay, so the SMS code has come through, and if you just put, it's a 6 number, this we only ever have to do once, but it just proves that you are you. Brilliant, and in it goes. Correct, lovely. So you're now valid on the system. So you just need to enter a unique username. So, you know, use your imagination. Gee, there you go. That didn't take much, did it? And now you can choose yourself an emoji. What do you want to be?
The origami one.
Aren't they lovely?
Or the frog.
You want to be the frog. Okie dokie. Super. And now you'll just need a 4-digit PIN, and this is what you'll actually use to go in each time you want to use the device. Perfect. Are you male, female, or would you prefer not to say? Lovely. And pop in your date of birth. Perfect. In you go. Lovely. So we're going to train your left hand, we're going to train your left hand. Okay?
My left hand's very weak anyway, so.
Okay. Click left. Right, now what we're going to do is we're going to calibrate GripAble to you. So this means that essentially every single activity we do on here will be in proportion to you. So if you ever get to playing any of these activities with anybody else, you'll be on an equal playing field, which is lovely. So now you can pick up GripAble, and the first thing we're going to test is grip release. So
put this on?
You do put that on. That protects it from being dropped. A bit like the Wii remote.
Yeah.
Always just put that on. Perfect. Lovely. So it's going to ask you to grip and release 3 times. Okay, when you're ready, we're going to start. So you're going to sit like this. I'm going to correct you. Beautiful. Lovely. Okay. And it's going to ask you to follow the instructions. So you're holding GripAble upright. That's perfect. Okay. So squeeze as hard as you can. And it keeps feeling the squeeze even when you hit to the end of that bar. And then open your hand and wait.
Oh, open and wait. Okay.
Follow the instructions.
It doesn't actually tell you what to do, but I'm just
not reading
not reading it. Open your hand and wait. Right.
And again. So it does it 3 times, which means if you do make a mistake, well, it's taking an average anyway, so it doesn't matter at all. There we go. Fantastic. Lovely. Yes, you are weak. No, that's not good.
I'm very right-handed. I do everything.
We'll test your right hand later when we do the quick grip test. Okay, we're now going to do Pronation Supination. That's turn your palm up and turn your palm down. Okay, so start in the middle and turn your palm down. That's right, keep your elbow in. And now turn your palm up. A bit way up, that's it, lovely. And now down again. And again, it's going to take an average of your 3. And turn it around again. And turn it around again. Lovely. And if you were a patient and you couldn't do any of these movements, it wouldn't matter. I could just skip them. But then it would mean some of the activities were not available to you. Now that's good. You're very mobile. Happy about that. Now we're doing radial ulnar deviation. Okay, so that is this movement to that movement. Okay? Okay, so you deviate up and deviate down. That's brilliant. And up
I know that it goes round anyway.
And down. Thank you, Stu, for the design of the screen. This is what you mean.
Yeah, it's cool. I haven't seen it before, this thing.
And down.
My mum just goes on about it all the time.
Right, okay. And last one, you're actually going to do wrist extension flexion, which is the only one you do with your forearm flat. Okay? That way around.
So like this and
Yep.
then up and...
Yes,
Right.
exactly right. So you're going to lift the wrist up and you're going to drop the wrist down. And this is the last of the 4 things. Again, if any of them you couldn't do, we could have just skipped it. That's it. And this just sets the parameters for what you're able to do. That's it. And lift up. And lift down. Or move down, not lift down. Beautiful. Okay. Superb. Lovely. So now it's going to give us, can you see, that's a summary of all of your results. If you wanted to reassess any of them, you could go back in and do one or the other, but we're happy with that. So we're going to click next. Now this gives me as a therapist a prompt to say, how often would I like you, if you were using this daily, to recalibrate? So how quickly do I think you're going to gain strength? So if you were going to use this every day, then I would suggest that we recalibrated you every 2 weeks. But I can change that as I want. You can actually recalibrate whenever you like, but this will now prompt a reminder after 14 days. Okay, so here's you. Just check all of that is right.
Yep.
Yep, and confirm. Right, you're built. There we are. So that's all you need to do when you've got a new user going onto it. So, ready to play game?
Yeah.
Okay, let's start with just the first game, which is about controlled grip and release.
Okay.
Okay, so this will really try you. We'll start on level 1. There are 10 levels, so we'll see how you do. So the way it works is as you squeeze, you're inflating the balloon and the owl goes up, and as you release, he goes down.
So it's like Flappy Bird, but not.
If you say so. Okay, off we go. Level 1. You ready?
Yeah. Oh, and squeeze to start.
Squeeze to start. Read the instructions. Right. Here he is. So can you see as you squeeze, he goes up and he's about to start moving. So you're trying to catch the stars. Yay! Now I'll just turn the sound up so that you can...
Ah.
She says... Okay, so the whole idea of this is for all of those patients, whether it be neuro, orthopedic, paediatrics, that we would have previously given strengthening activities to, or repetition activities to, and we would have given sponges and putties and things. This is just a little bit more engaging.
You don't even realise that you're doing it.
Exactly. I know because you were prescribed putty and things by a physio, and it just sat by your bed and did absolutely nothing. Go on, last one. Yay.
Yeah.
Well done. Level 1 complete. 30 out of 30 stars.
What can I say?
Great. There you go. Level 2 completed. And now what you'll see, 30 out of 30 again. Now you're just showing off. Now, can you see you've added 38 squeezes, which is now taking you to a daily total of 82.
Right.
And 2 minutes of treatment. Okay? Which is really lovely. So that's just one activity. Let me show you another one, just so you can see a different way of doing grip release, and then we can look at some movement things. But then I'll show you how I could set you goals as your OT. Okay, so this is now Pigeon Hunter, which is a much more rapid fire squeeze release. So again, just to be kind, we'll start you on level 1, so you get the idea. Squeeze to start, off you go. So you're the archer. It'll take a minute. We're taking you to New York to start with. Each of the 10 levels is somewhere else in the world with a major famous landmark. This is you. As you squeeze, you'll take an arrow, and as you let go, you'll release. Go in.
So is it like you want to get as many?
Yeah, you've got to get them all.
You
Because
want to get them all?
they're pooing on the beautiful
one.
monuments. Yay!
Cool.
Cool? Okay,
Yeah.
Oh, 11 out of 12. You only got 2 stars. Next. So you can see now you added another 22, taking you now up to 104. 3 daily minutes, we've added 1 more. Okay?
I can't imagine sitting here and doing 104 with putty, could I? I just wouldn't.
You just wouldn't. You'd just be bored. Okay, should we try level 2? Take you somewhere else around the world?
Oh,
Oh, Sydney. Okay, they still have a pigeon problem in Sydney. Off you go.
Oh. Ah. Oh,
You got him, you got him, you got him, you got him.
Ah! Keep on missing it.
Go on, go.
Ah! Damn it. Too competitive for this kind of thing.
Okay, so again, now you've gone up to another 26,
Okay.
and so on. Okay? Right, so let's now just show you, if I come out of the activity, we have this extra menu down here. So I can, at any time, that one's assessment, at any time I can just reassess if I think it's all too easy or it's too hard, I can just reassess that for you. This is the activities carousel we've just moved away from. Here are your achievements. So, here's our summary. You've done 4 minutes of training,
Right.
you've done 65 repetitions, and that equates to 3.3 thousand work. So let's look at that in a bit more detail. So you have played 2 minutes of Pigeon Hunter, 2 minutes of Balloon Buddies, but it shows obviously you haven't done anything of anything else yet. Fair enough. So it's showing now this is the number of minutes trained. Now I could put some goals in. So I could say, I want you to have 10 minutes of grip release,
Right.
and let's do 4 minutes of each of the movements. Okay, so I'm going to save the goal. So now what it's telling you is you've done 40% of your 10 minutes.
Right.
Okay, obviously you've done no percent of those because you haven't done any movement games yet.
Right.
So it's really nice that you can track as you go through the day. This is goals of repetitions. So again, if I set a goal here on the number of repetitions that I want you to do, if I put in, oops, 200.
200.
Come on.
You wouldn't want to be her patient, would you?
I'm going to save that, and now you've done 32% of that.
Right.
Okay? So we could do that with all of the things, and then you've got a few more screens that give you a bit more detail about grip and release and your other aspects. So let's go back to the activity menu now. And this, I have to say, this is my favourite. This is my favourite. I'll just show you this one. It is another grip release game, and actually there are 4 grip release activities on here at the moment. And I'll just show you this one because I think it's lovely. And I'm not going to do level 1. Alright, I'll do level 1, but you have to then do another level.
Fine.
Okay, just to get you used to it. So squeeze to release. So there we are, level 1. This is Circus Escape. This is you on your bicycle. Are you ready? He's going to count you down. 3, 2, 1, go. As you squeeze, he's going to move. Now it's easy to go downhill, slightly more difficult to go uphill. That's it. Come on, off you go, off you go. Go on, uphill, 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 and you've got to the end. Woo! Well done. I'll save you by doing this. So look, already, look how close you are now to your 200 repetitions, just
So it
like
now
that.
brings the goals into this screen too. Right.
Correct.
Right.
Super clever. Okay? What we're going to do though is we're going to not let you go to level 2. We're just going to make it a bit more interesting. So the difference with this is you have to be able to react to start and stop.
Okay.
Okay, we'll go to level 4. You ready?
There we are. Whoa. Ah! And I'm off.
Okay.
No!
Okay. Stop.
Stop.
Well done. Go.
Go.
Go, go, go.
Stop.
Well done. Each colour has a different mode of action. Okay, so there are blue ones, there are yellow ones, and actually there are pink ones as you go through, and then you go, right, just to the edge, wait for it, wait for it. I love this one. Off you go, come on, uphill. Now the problem there...
Ah!
Okay, now the problem there is if you don't get on...
No! Then you fall.
You actually roll backwards. That's it.
Got it, got it, got it.
Off you go. Hey, the end is inside.
Made it.
Well done. Okay, a bit more engaging than playing with sponges or putties. Well done. So now you've just smashed your daily repetition requirement. You've only played 3 games.
Yeah.
Cool. Right, let me show you one of the movement games, for example. So let's start with Space Shooter. This is the Pronation Supination one. Okay? Yep, exactly, but not flapping around. Okay, so
it shows you, doesn't it, on the video?
Yeah,
so if you're not sure.
It shows you exactly. So there you go. It will react to how you move. Okay? You automatically are firing. So don't think you have to squeeze to fire. Your spaceship just fires for you.
So
all
no
you're doing
it's
is
just
moving backwards and forwards.
Got it.
In the early levels. Okay? Oops. There we go. Right, okay. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Hold upright. Read the instructions.
Look at reading.
Okay, see, that looks very simple, but you can just get a feel for it. Now you've got to catch these coins. That's it. Get 500 points for a coin. That's it. Just level 1 just gives you a really good feel for how movement is going to work.
And if I had a, very weak hand or just coming out of surgery, this would be a lot easier, wouldn't it?
Yes, so it just purely, so whatever your movement was to go from end to end is what it would require of you.
Right.
So even if you had sort of like 40 degrees of movement, that would be your 2 edges.
Right.
So it means you can sit next to somebody else playing at the same time, and if they have a completely different ability to you, you're on exactly the same playing field. Look at that. Right. Now it gets a little bit more confusing. Let's just move you up a little bit. I think it's demo. Squeeze to start.
I did.
That's it. There you go. Right, now he's firing, but you don't have to do anything, he just automatically fires. But you've now got to try and catch, yes, but don't forget your coins.
Oh, and the coins as well.
And the coins.
Gracious.
So this is perception, a lot more in terms of perception, cognition, concentration, all of those things are much more difficult. That's it, well done. Now if you wanted to, if you squeezed,
whoa,
it lifts you up the screen. Okay, so if you get to the right place for a coin, just before, you can actually squeeze and just go and get it. Okay, well done. Superb. So if we just show you, look at that, so now you've started getting pronation supination reps coming in. So if I now show you, if we went back into your achievements, we could now show you pigeon hunter's been added, space shooter's been added, grip release, pronation supination is coming. Okay?
Right.
Fantastic. So, let me just show you the other, I won't show you the activities, I'll just talk you through them. We've done Circus Escape. Pixelate is a much lower cognition activity, and it has these pixelated pictures, and as you squeeze or as you release, you can choose either way. So you can have it react to release, or you can have it react to squeeze. So if you've got high tone, obviously as an OT, one of the things with and physios, trying to aim for release, so you can have the game working that way around. Pufferfish is the one that works on radial ulnar deviation. Plume is the one that works flexion extension. And then we did pigeon hunter, etc. So those are the only activities you've got on there at the moment, but we are producing new ones at the rate of knots. So, okay, so the one thing I said I would do is show you how we can assess both hands with grip. Now obviously your right hand should be stronger, but let's see. So quick grip test, this is where the device is working essentially as a dynamometer. It's similar to the dynamometers we use. So it asks me to lock down. So if I squeeze here and press the button, I've locked this down so it's now what we call an isometric tool. I'm going to get you to start with your right hand because your left is the one that's affected. Okay, I'm going to do 3 of each. We're going to get you in a really good position each time. Lovely. And I'm going to turn the screen away from you because I don't want you to see your results because it will influence how hard you work at it.
Right.
It's got a standardised script, so I can try and make this as reliable as possible. Okay, ready? So gently put on some force and squeeze now as hard as you can. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Great. Okay, and now I would write down the results just like I would with a normal dynamometer. Swap to the other hand. I'm going to just click restart. That's it. Okay, good position. Lovely. Okay, off you go. Squeeze as hard as you can. Go on, go on, go on. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Of course, I didn't read the screen. Lovely, and back. That actually is about right when you compare the 2 to each other. So I would normally do 3. So let's do 2 on each side. Okay, so gently put on the force. Now squeeze as hard as you can. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Okay, little bit less. Okay, and off you go. That's it. Gently put on the force. Now squeeze as hard as you can. Hold 3, 2, 1, and relax. Now that's interesting because you're dipping very quickly with your strength, and normally we would take 3 and take a mean. What we're going to have on here is the ability to look at not only your single maximal strength like we've done now, but we'll also be able to measure your sustained grip, your endurance, and a rapid exchange test. So it's going to be like a JMR on steroids because we'll be able to do so much more with it. So your highest was 16.6 on your right.
Yeah.
And 13.7 on your left. Fantastic, there we go. So there we have GripAble in its latest iteration. So it's super exciting, and I hope that some people who are stuck in their homes might find this useful.
Definitely.
Lovely.
100%.
Thank you.
It's all right.